My old high school English teacher used to say that you hear that sound, if not quite audibly, then deafeningly palpably, whenever you were on the right track at the right time. Now this is a belief predicated on a belief in fate or destiny. When she originally told us this, I unsurprisingly scoffed at it. I thought she was bonkers. I do love that word. Sorry about that. But in the recent years, a handful of years now removed from her class and her bottomless optimism, I am now a believer. The first time I heard this sound was 2 years ago. It was a paradigm-shifting moment in my life, a very important period of my life just in general. I had somewhat reluctantly decided to pledge a pre-professional fraternity, a pre-health honor society known as Alpha Epsilon Delta. My girlfriend's good friend at the time told me all the amazing things the society could do for me. It was resume building, it could get you into the hospital, and all the people were the most important part. There was a group of people that she said were pre-meds full of passion and personality. I was skeptical of this. I had been around pre-meds for a while now, and I never felt like I belonged. I've kind of struggled to find a group that I truly belong with my entire life. But I decided to rush it anyways. Why not? Resume building sounded pretty good. I went through the mass meetings, rushed barbecues, and even an interview process that was rather intense and had strange dark lights and flashing lights. And it didn't hit me yet. I was in there. I'd been a while into it. It didn't feel right yet. But then 1 month in, I heard it. Ding. It happened at a very innocuous event, a pledge planning event, just over in Mason Hall. We were in a room with a plethora of pizza and optimism for the year ahead. We were talking about all the things we wanted to do together, how we were going to come closer together, how we were going to reach our goals someday. And it was in that moment, for the first time in my life, I was surrounded by other people who were gushing about the same sort of things I love to do. And it was an eclectic, eccentric mix of ideas and events that we wanted to put together. Everything ranging from laser tag, to chess, to DDR, to board games. We even had a 10-minute conversation about whether taboo was better than catchphrase. And I'm sure you're all with me with the answer is yes. D. Now, while AED was important just in and of itself, it was more important in the doors that it opened to the rest of what I believe is my destiny. It has taken a hold of me and shown me that being a doctor is really what is meant for me. I never believed it before, but this group of people has shown me this is what I want to do. It has shepherded me that way and has given me mentors. All of this is fantastic, but the thing I love AED for the most, the door it opened that I didn't even know existed. It took me to a place that I never dreamed I would be there, let alone need to be there. I didn't expect it so much that it took me 6 months to hear the echo of the ding after I was there. Now, to understand how I ended up there, you have to understand that AED requires service of all of its members. This is both a bonding exercise and a way to reinforce the ideals behind being a health professional. This specific service event took me to an unassuming but beautiful building off Huron down past Maine, the Robert J. Delonis building. I don't know if any of you are familiar with it, but the Robert J. Delonis building is a building for all the lost and homeless in Ann Arbor. It is a place for rebirth and rebuilding, a phoenix nest, if I may. In this building, I went to one specific program, the community kitchen, Food Gatherers. It was in Food Gatherers that I discovered a passion that has made this entire experience much easier and has invigorated me in a way that I never understood before: cooking. From the first moment I walked in there, I was inundated with techniques and ideas and recipes and passion for cooking. Within my first 2 hours there, I'd already been taught how to do a quarter cut on zucchinis, how to cut open a cantaloupe, how to make a salad, how to make garlic bread, and all the little things that go into making sure a kitchen stays above code so it can stay open. Yet, with all of that, and understanding now, you would think I would have loved it then. But I left happy that I'd done service and ready to go on with the rest of my life. But as the days turned into weeks, turns into months, Food Gatherers stayed in my mind, a little whisper in the back of my skull I just couldn't get rid of. Finally, after 6 months, I called them back up. They didn't want anything. But at this point, I've been hearing this in the back of my head for so long, I was not going to let them stop me. So I went down there without an appointment, without any invitation, and just was going to go down there to see if this was a fluke. The moment I walked walked through that door and looked at Paula, my future boss and hero, she looked at me as if I was supposed to be there all along. Gave me one quick look over and threw an apron at me and gave me directions. That was my entire introduction. I was on my way. Within 5 minutes of being there, while cutting carrots and talking to one of my most important mentors, I heard it this time. Ding. Now, it's been 2 years since I went through the beginning of this, and a year since I went through food gatherers. And I understand now that cooking is one of the things I was always meant to come to. But I wouldn't have come to cooking if I hadn't gone to food gatherers. And I wouldn't have gone to food gatherers if not for AED. Everything led me on the right path. Every ding was the next one, the next door to the next ding. It is because of this I feel like I should probably apologize to my English teacher. I always thought she was quirky and knew all the minutiae of Beowulf but nothing about life. Now I understand there's so much more to it, and when she was pushing this idea down our throats, she really had the best intentions in mind. Now I tell you all this not to just have you listen to a sappy, cliched story of how happy I am to be on this path. That is awesome, I'm very happy about it, but I'm asking all of you guys to keep an open mind, to look for those signposts, to listen, to open yourself to the power and possibility of serendipity. Listen closely. Ding.